Hello, 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 everybody. And for you guys, it's a couple days later or a week later. I don't know. For us, it's like 15 minutes since we just ended the last episode. We've never done back-to-back recordings before, but we're trying something new today. So,
Double header.
double header. As long as we don't have a bullpen game, I think we'll be good. But anyways, we're your host, Adam.
Dante.
And Luke,
And in the last episode, you saw our AFC divisional and wildcard predictions with some records provided, which we did not expect at the beginning, but it was fun. And now we have the other side of it, the NFC. I tried to do a Panthers background like Luke has the Patriots. Zoom was not cooperating with me. So
yeah,
you got my beautiful Bryce Young shirt,
Wonderful.
rocking the best quarterback to ever
for
play.
those of us listening on our Apple Podcast audio, thank you. And you were missing out on the beautiful faces, but we were very happy to have you as well.
I hope you're enjoying us during your lift at Planet Fitness. So,
Yes.
All right, wherever you may be.
anyways, let's get going. I figured why not we start with the greatest division to ever exist. I'm just kidding because it's not. It's a tomfoolery division for everyone except for fans in it, the NFC South. So I guess I will kick things off because as Luke says about the East, the AFC East, as Dante says about the AFC North, I know the NFC South better than anybody. At least I like to think I do. So
Yeah.
in dead last, and this makes me so happy to say, I have the New Orleans Saints going 2-15. They will be the worst team in the NFL. I believe, unless someone went 2-15 last year, the second team ever to go 2-15, because someone went 2-15 in 2023, and we don't have to talk about that. But yeah, I think it goes without saying the Saints team is going to be atrocious. I feel bad for Kellen Moore because he might be a one and done there, and that's not his fault because he has pretty much nothing to work with. Their options for QB1 are Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shuck, and Jake Hayner, none of which are inspiring. All three would probably be the worst quarterback on the Browns.
Which
So
says a lot. That's
that is
That's a
a
lot.
lot. They have Kamara, who I'll give credit at this point in his career is still putting up good seasons. So I will give him credit. Chris Olave is nice when he's on the field. I hope he can stay healthy because I'm a huge Chris Olave guy, obviously.
should be a Steeler.
And they better hope he stays healthy because behind him, they don't really have much of anything there. Although Juwan Johnson, solid tight end, Penn State legend. So
Even though he transferred.
yeah. Like, what's up with that?
Bargain. Whatever.
Yeah,
Defense,
who transfers out of Penn State?
they have Cam Jordan on defense. Not quite sure what else, honestly. Actually, they had Julian Blackman because the Panthers were thinking about signing him, and he went to the Saints. So stay on that side, buddy. But yeah, not much else to say about them. They are not going to be very good. They might get a divisional win. Maybe they beat the Falcons. I hope to God they don't beat the Panthers, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of the Panthers, I have us in third this year. I have us going 7-10. We went 5-12 last year. I'm keeping it like Luke did with the Patriots. Optimistic, but only to a certain level. I don't want to overreact. I've seen some Panthers fans say 9-8, 10-7, division title, and I'm like, God, no, not there yet. Keep it slow, guys. Slow progression. I think Bryce is going to build off of the end of last year and turn in an overall solid year. There will be growing pains at times because it is Bryce Young. He'll make some mistakes. Every quarterback makes mistakes, unless you're Dante in the B202 Beefers, of course.
I did 4 touchdowns. First win. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That is his former college flag football team I'm talking about, by
We
the way.
went 0-7. Into our final game. We needed a win. My first game starting at QB and we won.
That says
All you
something.
need to say.
But yeah, Panthers this year, I guess I'll talk about them a tiny bit. Bryce, obviously, QB. Andy Dalton's hurt right now, so we don't really know who the QB2 is going to be. I hope it's not Jack Plummer, not very high on him. We did sign Bryce Perkins, who was the UFL MVP. Close enough. Welcome back, PJ Walker. Same archetype, basically, same arc. So, running back, I'm excited. Chuba Hubbard coming off a great season. And then the guy we all forget about, except for me, that we brought in, Rico Dowdle, to be RB2, who rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Yeah, according to ESPN, that's the 28th best running back room. I don't think so. Wide receivers, a lot to talk about there. Adam Thielen has been in trade rumors lately. Who knows if he goes or not? I'm under the impression I don't think he will, but we'll see what happens. He is 35. He is in the final year of his deal. We've got a lot of young guys, a lot of potential there. Teteroa McMillan, of course, 8th overall pick in the past draft. Excited to see what he could do. Saw some things in the preseason, so I'm hyped for that. Hopefully Xavier Legette and Jalen Coker could build off their good moments from the rookie seasons. We also have Hunter Renfrow for what it's worth, who looked really solid in the preseason and gets praised as a route runner. Tight end could be better. Jatavion Sanders in year 2. Tommy Tremble's back, although he's hurt, so we'll see. The O-line, I think, will be fine. The defense was bad last year, so let's hope it'll be better this year. I don't think it will be as bad as last year. You can only go up from here, so let's hope that's the case. But yeah, 7-10. I think we'll split with Atlanta like we always do. Very real shot. We sweep the Saints this year. We played the AFC East and we played the Jaguars, so we could beat Jacksonville. Could probably beat the Jets. Besides the Jets in that division, I'm not sure we beat anybody. Miami usually has their way with us. New England, probably going to be better than us this year. And the Bills, yeah, there's no chance. There will be some tough games. There will be some easy games. But ultimately, 7-10 is my prediction. And then on to the rest of the division. In second, I have the Atlanta Falcons. I have them going 9-8. I caved. I did put them above 500. I debated 8-9. I even debated 7-10 as well. But I do like Penix. Bijan Robinson's going to be good. Drake London, really solid receiver. Kyle Pitts, for what it's worth, maybe he finally breaks out, but I'm not bought in. They have a really good defense. Well, actually, it wasn't that great last year, but they have some players, and they upgraded it for sure. O-line is solid. Raheem Morris, not the greatest coach, but we'll see what happens there. And then in first, taking the division for the 4th straight year now, it would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have them going 11-6. I think they're going to be really good. Baker is going to do his thing. Bucky Irving, who everybody loves. Rashad White, not a bad RB2. Mike Evans will put up 1K yards. Chris Godwin's coming back. They drafted, what's his name? Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. Loved that pick, of course. Solid defense. Solid rest of the team. I think the Bucs should have no issue winning this division this year. But I will let you guys have the floor now.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep it brief because I have the same exact rankings. Saints going to be awful. Like you said, quarterback play is not going to be there whatsoever. Panthers will be a project. They'll be a team to keep your eye on. I think everybody's rooting for Bryce Young. I think everybody's rooting for Dave Canales, and I think that their rushing attack should be one of the more consistent in the league, which will keep them afloat as they figure out that receiver situation and who's going to be a contributor, and who is not going to be. Defense hopefully holds up, hopefully good health. But I think everybody slots them in third in that division. This is a pretty easy division to predict because everybody would also probably in their right mind say Atlanta second. Small sample size for Penix last year. If you look at the numbers, it's not even that crazy, but I think we can all agree he looks good in his appearances. And I think over a 17 game season, I think he's going to show some exciting flashes. And that roster is good enough, and the coaching isn't bad enough to hold them back from being an 8 or 9, or maybe even a 10-win team, and maybe sneaking into the playoffs. And even if he gets hurt, even if he stinks, Kirk Cousins is probably the best backup you could ask for. So, but everybody, how many times have I already said everybody would agree in my 2 minutes of talking? But Buccaneers on top of that division for sure. They have the coaching, the quarterback, Baker Mayfield. If you can keep playing like he played last year, he was a top 10 quarterback in football last year. There is no good reason to expect that will stop because they got Chris Godwin back on a pay cut because Mike Evans is still going to continue to be, even if this is the year it doesn't happen, even if he falls short of 1,000 yards, he's going to get at least close, and that's all you could ask for. Bucky Irving is super exciting. I forgot they drafted Buka. And that defense has always been a competitive unit. I expect them to be well in the race for one of the top 2 or 3 seeds in the NFC.
Cool. Good analysis, Luke. Dante, what do you got?
All right. I have the same order as everybody. In fourth, I have the Saints going 3-14. They're gonna beat butt, dude. Yeah, they're gonna suck.
Yeah, they're
In
going to be
third,
really
I
bad.
have I have the Carolina Panthers going 8-9. So a little bit
Okay,
thing.
I respect it. I respect it.
The underrated part, I think, of the Panthers team, I think Ted McMillan and Leggett are going to be a good duo, not just this year, but I think down the line. I think, you know, they're both slightly different receivers, but both be deep threats. Dude, I love David Leggett. I think he has potential to grow and be a really good receiver. Maybe not a top 10 receiver in the league, but still very good for the Panthers and a weapon for Bryce Young. But McMillan, he could be top 10. We saw it in the preseason. That guy is a stud. I'm so happy the Panthers got him. I've talked to Adam about that. You saw it in like the first game against the Browns. Bryce threw a beautiful back shoulder right in the bucket to Ted, which was so sick. I was like, this guy's gonna be nice. But I do that have them going 8-9. They do have some stuff to figure out. Bryce needs to grow a little bit. They need to figure some stuff out on the defensive side of the ball. I do think JC Horn's going to be good because he really always is. Really good guy. But yeah, I like the Panthers and I'm really rooting for them this year. In second, I have the Atlanta Falcons going 9-8. I like Penix a lot. I'm a big Drake London fan. Is this finally the year Kyle Pitts breaks out? I'll answer that. No, no,
No.
it's not going to happen. But Falcons defense is good. AJ Terrell, obviously going to be good as always. Jesse Bates, still a very good safety. Given that he's definitely not as good as he once was with the Bengals, but I think he could still be nice. Um, I believe in Raheem Morris. He's their head coach, right? Am I thinking of a different name? It's Raheem
No,
Morris.
yeah, you're right.
Okay, good. Sorry. It's good.
Bro.
I mix him up with D'Amico Ryan sometimes. My bad. But yeah, I think Raheem Morris is a very solid head coach. Yeah, I think Penix showed some flashes last year. I think he could be a pretty good quarterback in this league. Um, yeah, but like 9-8 for the Falcons, I think. And then first place, I have the Bucks going 10-7. I think one underrated pickup they had this year was their first round pick. I think Abuka is going to be nasty. They have, in my opinion, the best wide receiver trio in the NFL. I mean, the Bengals or the Eagles obviously have the best duo, but with Godwin, Evans, and Abuka, I mean, I won't say the best currently, but they have the potential to be the best. I think their offense could be, have a lot of firepower this year. Then their defense is going to be good also. And this isn't a really difficult division to win, so I think this is a fairly easy one to predict. So yeah, like the Bucks, I like every team in this division except for the Saints. I don't like the Saints too much, but anyway.
My only
It's
hesitation
hard
is
to
the
like that.
fact that it came down to the last game of the season last year, and I'm not sure the Bucks got so much better that like I'm a little bit like cautious to say why am I saying that they're just going to run away with the division when they didn't last year?
I,
But when
I
you look at it on paper, still it's the correct answer.
yeah.
So it still kind of feels like you have to.
I mean, you could definitely question that if they were in quite literally any other division in football.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know, they just play so well against their division. That's another
yeah.
thing. They
Mhm.
really do play well against the South.
And I was gonna say Atlanta is like the Chargers of the NFC. Every year they're hyped up, and you think, oh, they're gonna be really solid. I could see them really overperforming this year, and then you see what they do in the season. You're like, okay. Like
Dude, I remember whenever Kirk came over, we were like, these guys are going to win the division. Like
Yeah.
I thought they would last year. I
it was
think
like a consensus. It was weird.
That overtime game against the Bucks is still one of my favorite games in
Hmm.
recent NFL history.
it was a
Um,
good game.
like
I'll give it to
800 passing yards between the two of them.
That was sick.
That was a movie. That was an awesome game. So
An unexpected, really good game. Like no one
yeah,
thought that game was going to
yeah.
be crazy.
I remember following it while I was watching other games, and I was like, we should probably turn this on.
Yeah.
And so if you're not, yeah, whatever game that the Falcons won in overtime, and then Kirk did the what's it called? The swag surf with the crowd, and
Yeah.
he had like 500 yards that game. Great game. So that's just what I mean about the Falcons. Even if Michael Penix has growing pains or God forbid gets hurt, they should still be a good team.
All right. Why don't we move on up north and talk about the NFC North, who the North overall, I guess I was going to say the AFC North might be the best, but the Cleveland Browns are just awful. The NFC North might be the best division in all football. That
Yeah,
all four teams could be solid.
this was the hardest one for me to predict. It really was.
Um, fourth and
It
third
was, it
were
was
not
probably
hard
the
for
most
me.
frustrating to predict. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
Fourth and third were
Yeah,
not hard for me. The top two I was cycling through, but I think I'm set. NFC West was difficult for me. You could literally go any order for that.
that was difficult.
Um, who wants to start with the NFC North? Because I started last division.
Not
Dante.
Go for it, Dante.
in fourth place, and I do think they're going to be good. I have every team in this division finishing above 500.
Okay.
Nice.
I
Okay.
have the Minnesota Vikings going 9-8 in fourth.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's hear it.
Or
yeah.
hey. Hmm.
I think JJ McCarthy's going to be nice. I really do. Um, but you have questions with Addison, at wide receiver too. Um, I it's just so hard for me to put a rookie quarterback over the three other quarterbacks in this division. I do think he's going to be good because Kevin O'Connell was the QB whisperer. He made Sam Darnold through 33 touchdowns last year, which by the way, spoiler alert to the West, Sam Darnold's not going to do that ever again. I would just say that. It's not going to happen. Um, and before I progress in my NFC North prediction, this could go either way. I'm not confident in any of these picks at all, but I am putting the Vikings in fourth strictly because of the rookie quarterback. But their defense is going to be nice. Brian Flores is a beast. They could finish better than 9-8, obviously. But yeah, um, in third place, I have my favorite quarterback in the league. Truthfully, I have Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers in third. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, at third. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You're bringing it today,
I
Dante.
am. I
Hey,
am.
keep going. Keep going.
I am. Similar to what we said about about obviously I'm not comparing these two teams, but similar to what we said about the Bills in the last episode, Packers didn't really do much besides Matthew Golden to improve this roster. Not much. I do think they're going to be good. 10-7 is a good record for if you get double digit wins, you're a really good team. But
Is that what you say for Green Bay 10-7?
10-7, yeah. And it went 9-8 for the Vikings. I really hope I'm wrong because I really do like the Packers. They're one of my other favorite teams in the league. But yeah, I have them going 10-7. In second place, I have the Chicago Bears going 11-6.
I really thought you were about to put the Bears in first for a second.
No, I'm not going. No, not yet. Uh, guys, people are underrating Caleb Williams. He is good. Ben Johnson is going to turn this team around. I know we say that about the Bears whenever they get any kind of upgrade ever, but Ben Johnson, he's already changing up the culture. I think he's going to be nice. The receiving core is good. They did lose Keenan Allen, but they lost Keenan Allen. Who cares? But DJ Moore is going to be good. Roma Dunze, I feel like could be really nice. And guys, keep an eye out for Luther Burden, rookie from Missouri. He, one of the guys I want the Steelers to get. Um, even though we had DK and GP at the time, so we didn't really need one. But now I really wish we had Luther Burden, but that's neither here nor there. Great tight end tandem with Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland. Loveland could be really nice. They should have taken Tyler Warren. We all know that. I feel like the
Although
Bears,
I will say Loveland is a good fit.
absolutely, yeah,
Um, yeah.
for sure. I think their line could be nice. Bringing in Joe Tooney, that was a great pickup for the
hmm
Bears.
hmm
Um, then defensively, that's, kind of the question mark, just a little bit. But I think Ben Johnson is going to do a great job. I have the Bears going 11-6. And in first place, I know people are projecting the lines to fall off a little bit. I don't really see that. I have them going 12-5. They still have all the firepower on offense. They did lose.
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
You could still say they fall off a little bit because they went 15-2 last year. If you
Oh,
have 12-5, that is a slight fall off, but
but if you're going 15-2, that's kind of like
that's true.
it's be hard not to fall off because that's just an incredible feat to go 15-2. But
Yeah.
yeah, so fourth Vikings, third Packers, second Bears, one Detroit. So let me know
Wow.
what you guys think.
Yeah,
Luke,
we will.
go or
Yeah, I can go. Um, Yeah, okay. I do not have the Bears in second. I have them in fourth, and I know that that's boring,
No, 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 no,
but
no.
it's gonna take a year, at least a year. It is going to take a year, and Caleb is good. There were four good quarterbacks in that draft class last year. Might be five. We'll see. We're about to get into that, but it's gonna take a year, and I don't have the same optimism about the wide receiver room at all. Adam, I know you're a DJ Moore guy. I think his time in the sun is about done. Meaning, I don't. Is he a 1K guy? Even if he crawls there, is that really a difference maker? I don't know. How good is Rome Odunze? Am I casual unless I'm not paying enough attention? I don't know. Luther Burden, nice, but a wide receiver three as a rookie, I, is he going to be a difference maker? I don't know. Running backs worry me. The offensive line, will it hold up? I know it's better. I know it's better, but will it hold up? It's a question for all 32 teams. Defense, it should be better. Will it hold up? I don't know. The culture change, I like it. They were a decent team last year. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be competitive. I think they'll be a competitive 7-win team ish. I don't know. It's a tough division. I
I
think
know.
it's going to take some time. I just think it's going to take some time.
That's
So
fair.
I have the Bears in four.
I'm
But I
just
will say,
sorry.
yeah,
No, go on.
no, yeah, I just think it's going to take some time.
I was gonna say I think this could be similar to a commander situation last year. I really think we could take that step. Who thought
I
the
don't
Giants would
know.
be nice, man?
We all somehow the Commanders slipped under. We all missed that somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But new ownership, new coach, Dan Quinn. We were all unsure, but we'll see. I could be wrong, but the Commanders also the Giants were awful. The Cowboys are hurt and awful. They had an opening. The Bears don't unless something happens.
That's fair.
Which brings me to my next team. I also have the Vikings lower in this division. I have them in third. Their wide receivers obviously don't worry me because Justin Jefferson, but Jordan Addison is the two. Is he suspended or hurt or something? I swear he is.
I know he's gonna miss
Um,
time.
yeah, he's going to miss some sort of time. And rookie quarterback JJ McCarthy, they're going to be good, but did they get better? Absolutely not. Did their division get better around them? I think so. Um, it another thing, it just might take some time with JJ McCarthy. I don't think he's going to knock everyone's socks off. It's a different situation than Sam Darnold, who even though he took even though he took an insane jump that year, he was still a 5 or 6 year veteran. So it's not like he didn't have the experience reading a defense for better or for worse, for the way his past seasons had gone. Now McCarthy will benefit from having watched that for a year, but you know, I'm not sure they're going to come out of the gates firing like they might have been able to last year when they hit that stride middle of the season. We'll just see. It's a hard division to predict. In second, I have the Packers. You're right, Dante, to diagnose them as not having improved a bunch, but that wide receiver group has stayed consistent, even if it has been kind of mid past couple of years. There hasn't been turnover, so I think they're going to continue to get better. I think that chemistry with Jordan Love is going to continue to improve, and they got Matthew Golden, who I think is going to be really good. No, Josh Jacobs had a fantastic year. And
He
I think
did.
he's going to have another great year. I think their defense is going to be really competitive. Um, I believe in their coaching. I believe in Jordan Love. I think this is the year he needs to actually put it together instead of being a Toyota farm merchant. I think he needs to have one really good year, and I think this is going to be the year. Um, I You're right; they didn't get much better, but I think the teams around them got slightly worse, and they're going to benefit from that and get a couple extra wins. And in first, like you have, I have the Lions. It's very reasonable and smart to say they're going to lose a couple extra games because nobody has 30 wins in 2 years. But I'm not so worried about it because I remember whoever their new offensive coordinator was, somebody asked them, well, how do you anticipate this offense is going to be different under Ben Johnson or now that you're not under Ben Johnson? And he basically said, well, why would it be? Clearly whatever he was doing is working. We're just going to keep sort of implementing the same style, the same schemes, the same kind of plays. And I think that's the correct answer. I think this is the year before they get even more expensive, before guys like Jameson Williams are either going to have to go or get paid, before guys like Montgomery run out of steam on their legs. I think this is the year, as was last year. Now the window is starting to close. They need to go full steam ahead, and try to be the best team in the NFL again. And I think they have what it takes. Though.
Okay. Huh. We all disagreed a little bit here, and you're gonna see it. I feel like there might be some jaw-dropping reactions here from mine. So
Love it. Love it.
in fourth, I do agree with Luke. I have the Chicago Bears at 7-10. Listen,
Oh, no, I completely, you guys know ball more than anybody else I know. So please.
we all know ball more than
I I think you guys know ball more than I do, but
well, I was going to agree with both of you here. Dante, I think they could be solid. Ben Johnson's going to work out there. I think Caleb Williams got the right coach for him. I like the receivers down the line as rookies who what am I even saying here? That made no sense. I like Odunze and I like Burden to be future cornerstones for this team. Luke, I kind of agree with you that DJ Moore's time might be ticking. Like, I don't know. Might
I just
start
think
getting worse.
as a one, it worries me a little bit.
It does
That's
for
all.
me too. I don't have to pretend that he's the greatest wide receiver in the world because he's not a Panther. So, but anyways, third place, I have the Green Bay Packers at 9-8. I think they're going to be good again, but it worries me because did they really get that much better?
That's what I'm saying.
I like the receiver pick, Matthew Golden, but it seems to me like they really didn't do anything else. They extended a couple of guys, but that's it, as far as I know. And do you really trust a rookie to really go all out and be your guy? To me, I'm not sure they fixed the receiver problem for this year. It might take a year to develop that. But anyways, in second place, going 11-6, the Detroit Lions. I have the Lions in second this year. This is one I thought really long and really hard about. Second and first in this division, but I think the Lions take a tiny bit of a step back. I think they're still going to be good. Still going to be good, but they have a lot of injuries. It's starting to concern me a little bit. Lost some coordinators. I don't know. I told Luke, it kind of reminds me of the 2023 and 2024 Eagles. The 2023 Eagles were good to start and then eventually fell off a little bit. Lost in the first round of the playoffs. Their coordinators really hurt them all year. Then they figured it out and went on to win the Super Bowl. For the Lions, I think it might take a year or two to really find the next great OC and DC with Dan Campbell. I trust Campbell as a coach for sure. I think Goff's going to have a great year. I think Gibbs is RB1 potential.
Yes.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is a dog. Jameson Williams, one of the most underrated receivers in the league. Sam Laporta, top 5 tight end. So they have the pieces on offense, although defense, there's starting to be some injuries, and it scares me a little bit. But anyways, y'all are probably surprised about this. Who's the one team left? The Minnesota Vikings. I have going 12-5.
What?
Listen, you're going to be surprised about that because remember who their quarterback is. Remember the college teams I like. I was not a JJ McCarthy guy at all. I'm still not. I don't like the guy that much, but Kevin O'Connell's his head coach. Dante, I'm pretty sure he could make you a top 10 quarterback.
I'd be one with a Sean Payton. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Like
I'm joking.
Kevin O'Connell, outside of like Andy Reid, Sean McVay, might be the best head coach in the league. I can't even.
Yeah, like truthfully, he is the QB whisperer, and it's like it's strange. Like he made Nick Mullins look good. Like
he made Josh Dobbs look good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he really did.
And look
He
at
really
what
did.
Yeah.
Look at what McCarthy's going to have. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason is an RB2. I feel like a lot of people forgot he went there. Still don't know why the Niners traded him. That made no sense to me, even though they just got Brian Robinson, but whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jefferson, Addison when he comes back from suspension. TJ Hawkinson, still pretty good. Still a top 10 tight end, I feel like people could agree with. Really good O-line. Pretty good defense. I feel like the Vikings are going to be solid. I feel like they're going to surprise some people this year. That might just be me, but
yeah.
That division, listen, all 4 teams in that division have the potential to be pretty good.
Yeah.
The Bears, I still think, are a year away, but the rest of them, we'll see. I could be wrong. I I could get the order completely flip-flopped and Detroit's in first, Minnesota's in fourth, Chicago's in second, like Dante said. But we'll see.
I love this. I love
I
this.
know
This is good.
this was a fun one. All right. NFC East. Why don't we go there? Because I feel like we can cool
This
down
one's a little bit easier. This one's a
we can
little
cool
It's easier.
down for a little bit before we all go debate the NFC West. So, Dante, you started for the North. I started for the South. Luke, would you like to start for the East?
Yeah, because this is gonna be pretty easy. Giants, Cowboys, Commies, Eagles. It's that easy. I will mention that the Giants might have the most entertaining quarterback room of all time. Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, Tommy DeVito, Russell Wilson. How is Russell Wilson the boring guy? It they might be 0-17, but they might be the most fun 0-17 ever. Um, yeah, I mean they're going to be terrible, I think, but
Yeah.
um, but it's going to be fun. I hope they're on Hard Knocks or something. I don't know if that's been announced. Yeah, I hope they keep all those guys too. I know we were just talking in the last episode about if you have four quarterbacks, you have none. It, they have none, but I hope they keep all four because I will because they're all just so much fun.
I
The way
think
those
Dart could
first
be okay.
no,
So,
I think and
hold
honestly,
on.
I think that Russell Wilson's probably better than a lot of people are still giving him credit for.
Yeah.
Can I
But
interrupt you, Luke?
yeah,
You said four quarterbacks: Russ, Jameis, and Dart. Is Tommy DeVito still there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He'll
That
probably
was
In
get
fact,
cut.
he
He'll probably
in
get
fact
cut.
he just torched the Patriots the other day. He might, but I sure hope not.
Yeah.
They're going to be terrible, but they might be kind of fun. Um, they're building something, quote unquote. Not really, but nobody expects them to be good, and so that is an interesting area to operate in, where nobody expects you to be good, so you can just play spoiler in Week 18 when the Eagles come back to town. Um, the Cowboys, I mean, health is always an issue. The defense, they've been somehow been pick six merchants for like half a decade. How is that gonna go? George Pickens, is that gonna work? I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
the running backs, Miles Sanders is getting a lot of touches. Not
take
good.
it from me. Take it from
Um,
me, dude.
I mean, they
not
have
good.
Javonte Williams, who could be fine.
Yeah, it does
Maybe.
not inspire me.
Yeah.
Could be fine, meaning he's an athlete who happens to play in the NFL, so of course he's a decent football player. But
Who
let's
did
be
you
so
say?
real. Javonte
Javonte
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah, let's be so for real for a second.
The top 32 running back in the world.
Yeah, mm, top 64,
Top
uh, maybe top 50. But and notice how I haven't even mentioned the fact that Micah Parsons would rather be playing for like Akron than the Cowboys right now. And Jerry Jones is going on a publicity tour on First Take saying there's no room for agents in negotiations. I won't be having any of that. Yeah, like
It's 2025. What are you talking about?
it's time to go to a retirement home, buddy. The Cowboys could be good. They always could be good. Will they be good? No. And so that's pretty easy to say when the Commanders were as good as they were last year. And this is one of the other NFC teams with the Lions and the Vikings that could quote unquote fall off and still be really good. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm not moved at all by Deebo Samuel. Terry McLaurin stuff concerns me. I wonder what their plan is after trading Brian Robinson. I mean, I know what it is, but it's like, will it really work? Uh, will people have figured out Cliff Kingsbury? A couple question marks. So they're very, very easy to slot in at second, and the Eagles are just complete powerhouse. So until proven otherwise, that's a very, very easy uh, division for me to predict. And I kind of assume that I'm going to get a lot of overlap with you two.
Yeah.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Okay. Yeah, same order as Luke, but I'll provide some records. The Giants going 5-12. Their schedule is going to be really difficult, but I don't think the Giants are going to be as bad as some people are saying they'll be. Yeah, I mean, the quarterback situation is going to be so much fun to watch. That alone should be a TV show that I would tune into. Whoever gets the privilege of throwing to Malik Neighbors, I mean, you've got him. Tyrone Tracy's not bad. Defense, actually pretty solid. I felt like Brian Burns a little bit there. Not as much as I did in Carolina, obviously, because he's not worth $30 million a year. Sorry to admit it, but moving on. Dallas, yeah, Schottenheimer, not sure about that. It's just a big clown show right now. The whole Micah Parsons thing. Like, I think it will get figured out. I do think they will pay him, but Jerry is making this a lot harder than it needs to be. I'll say
I don't
that.
know. I
Agree with
I
that.
tend to agree that I think we'll just pay him, but it is getting really bad over there. I mean, bridges are being broken. I'm not sure that it might be beyond repair at this point, which is very rarely really the case, but it might be the case there.
Yeah. I mean, relationships or whatever, he and Jerry Jones don't have to be friends. But if Jerry Jones says, here's 50 million a year, like, is Micah Parsons going to say no to that? I don't think so. But
I mean, that'd be insane.
Well,
it
I
would
mean, it's
be.
not
But
going to happen, but
think about it. How much did TJ Watt just get paid? 41 a year?
41.
43? Okay, so Micah might get 42, 43. We'll see.
Yeah,
Uh,
if they bumped it all the way up to 50, I
yeah,
hope it happens. I really do. So that they
that
just
would
play
be,
their cap. That'd be sick.
yeah.
and
And
so that and
Henderson.
so that the Trey Hendrickson would have to get 52.
Yes, dude. Oh my God. That'd be outstanding.
Yeah.
Um, but in say it already, I have Dallas going 8-9. In third, I have the Commanders 12-5. I'm higher on the Commanders than most this year. I think the Terry McLaurin situation will get figured out. Him reporting and going through training camp stuff makes me believe it will get figured out. Their defense, I think, is still good. Offensively, I like that Bill Krosky Merritt. Is that what his name? The running back. I think he could be good. Debo Samuel, like Luke said, not that high on. But Jaden Daniels seems like a guy who could make something out of nothing, and I think he definitely could. So I like the Commanders, and they went 12-5 last year. So if you argue they got better, then 12-5 is reasonable. And then first, I see a lot of people saying the Eagles could fall off and even finish in second, a tiny bit fall off. I'm not buying it. I get they lost some defensive pieces. Milton Williams left, Josh Sweat left. I'm sure I'm missing a piece or two, but Howie Roseman figures out how to replace those guys. He always does. And you look at their offense, brought in Mechie, uh, Jalen Hurts, Saquon, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard still there. So the Eagles will be fine. And I have them going 14-3. I think they'll be the best team in the league. I guess it's a toss up with the Ravens, but I think they will be better. I believe they play each other this year too, so that should be fun to watch. But yeah, 14-3 is my prediction for the Eagles. Order seemed pretty easy to go with. But Dante, I'll let you go.
Yeah, I have very similar records, and I have the same order as you guys. I have the Giants in fourth, going 5-12. Like Adam said, I don't think they're going to be as bad as people expect them to be. But given that, I don't think they're going to be anywhere close to sniffing even third in this division. Malik Neighbors, he's going to have another good year. They need to get him a two to go along with him. They need to give up on Jalen Hyatt because that dream has been over for 4 years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Running backs are fine. I do think they have a top three defensive line in the NFL. I don't think it's crazy to say that. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, um, who else? Who am I forgetting? Abdul Carter, and they have one more. My apologies, I'm forgetting.
I don't really know their defensive line like that.
But either way, extremely good defensive line. However, the rest of the defense is a bunch of nobodies. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Not really good. But yeah, that's enough time I've spent on the Giants for today. In third, I have the Dallas Cowboys going 8-9, just like Adam. Um, yeah, it all lands back. If they don't have Micah Parsons, that defense really isn't great as it is with Micah Parsons. And if they lose him, man, that'll be rough. I think their offense is going to be good. Dak gets too much criticism, I think, in my opinion. CD is a top three receiver in the NFL. I'm curious how Pickens is going to adapt to getting wide receiver two targets. I'm not going to say he's going to crash out, but he's going to crash out.
yeah.
It's take it from me, the littlest things would piss that guy off, and I'm much happier with DK Metcalf now. But yeah, we'll see how that works out. We talked about the running backs. Not really anything mind blowing. This is probably one of the worst, not not even that they're bad, but one of the worst Cowboy rosters we've seen in the past 5 to 10 years as they've been in this somehow. I mean, maybe Super Bowl window, which really
Well,
they haven't been, but
I just call it a never-ending cycle.
yeah, really. But anyway, in second place, I have the Commanders going 11-6, one less than Adam said, and that's strictly because they made it to the NFC Championship last year. The NFL is going to give them a slightly tougher schedule. Uh, their strength of schedule is going to be a little bit higher, so I do have them dropping one less game than last year. But one thing that's really upsetting me is people saying Jane Daniels is going to have a sophomore slump with really no justification behind that whatsoever.
Right.
They're really saying he's going to have a sophomore slump because quarterbacks sometimes have sophomore slumps. The offense got better. I mean, Terry's going to be there. Terry's going to resign. I'd be extremely surprised if he didn't. You get Debo. Say what you want about Debo. He's better than any wide receiver two they had last year. Noah Brown is fine, but like I'd rather have Debo Samuel. Um, Ertz is going to do what Ertz does. I don't like the fact that they got rid of Brian Robinson for basically chump change. That I don't understand that really whatsoever. And then their defense is going to be fine. I think they'll be okay. But I think Daniels is going to be just as good, if not better than last year, though I do have them dropping uh, one more game compared to last season. And then in first, I have the Philadelphia Eagles going 13-4. This is one of the best rosters we've seen on paper, like in a while.
period. Yeah.
And not just like on either side of the ball, like in totality. Like the defense is absurd on paper, maybe the best defense in the NFL. That's arguable. Quinyon Mitchell is going to be good. Coop could be. I do think DeJean is just the tiniest bit overrated, but still extremely good. Zach Bond had an incredible season last year, really not talked about enough. Um,
No,
and well, I hopefully he could replicate that because he looked so good last year. Then their defensive line did lose
Milton Williams.
Milton Williams, who went to the Patriots, but I think they're going to be just fine. Um, I'm not a part of the Hurts's top five train, but he's still really, really good. Saquon is still the best running back in the NFL, and he's going to be again this year, I think. And Brown and Devontae, you know what they could do. Yeah, and then their offensive line is perennial, like top three, if not the best in the league. So yeah, the Eagles are gonna win this division again, and potentially it's really not ridiculous to see them repeating as Super Bowl champs. Like I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say at all.
It's
So
not
yeah,
ridiculous to say that.
it's not
Not
ridiculous.
ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, so that's my prediction.
All right. Let's finish it off with the NFC West. And I feel like this is going to be fun because I would be very surprised if any of us have the same order.
Yeah,
So, um, who wants to start?
I don't. I don't.
It doesn't. Luke, do you know, or
Do you know, Adam?
I have mine written down. I can go if nobody else.
Go.
Okay. All right. Um, man, this was tough. I just want to say that. I only have, just like the NFC North, I only have one team under 500 in this division, and it's barely under 500. In fourth, I have the Arizona Cardinals going 8-9. To me, I don't know what to think about them. Kyler Murray is a solid quarterback. You can argue he's top half of the league, if not just right underneath. I know, Luke, you're a big Kyler guy. James Conner, really solid running back, still really good at his age. Marvin Harrison Jr. really let a lot of us down last year. Everybody thought he was going to be the wide receiver one of this draft class. And right now, you could argue he might be wide receiver four or even worse because Brian Thomas was great. Malik Neighbors was great. Lad McConkey was great. And I might
Jalen
be
Polk
missing
and
somebody. Who else?
Jalen Polk was the
Yeah.
the way he would breathe oxygen was just so inspiring.
You guys said Kittle or Bowers as the top two tight ends in the league. Don't forget about Trey McBride. He might be top two or right outside, probably top three at this point. I just don't know. Besides that, O line and defense, besides like Buda Baker, I guess they got Josh Sweat. But besides that, doesn't really scream out to me anything. That doesn't make sense, but you get what I mean. And their coach, I'm still not sure I'm a huge Gannon guy. I don't think he's the worst. I don't think he's the greatest. I could see this team being better than 8-9, but I think 8-9 is a good place to put them. But moving on, in third, I have the Seahawks, 9-8. I know, Dante, you were saying Sam Darnold's not going to do what he did last year again. I agree, but I'm still going to give Darnold some credit. I think he'll be fine. I like the situation he's in. I like having JSN as a wide receiver one. I think he is really going to take off this year. If Cooper Kupp can stay healthy, that's another solid guy you can throw the ball to. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet as your running backs. Either one you can't go wrong with. I forget who their tight end is now that Noah Fant got cut, but yeah, we'll figure that out at one point. Defense is always solid for the Seahawks. It is. Devin Witherspoon's pretty good. I like Mike McDonald as a coach. That's his name, right?
Yep.
Okay. But I'm not sure I can put them any higher than 9-8 because Sam Darnold is still their quarterback, and it could go even worse than 9-8. He could go back to what he was before this. But I know Sam Darnold is going to be playing with some confidence. And I think he's going to be solid. At the very worst, mid. So moving on, the next two teams, and you could see these are all like within a game of each other. That's how tough it is. In second at 10-7, I have the Rams. And it was a toss-up between the next two teams. But Stafford has a little bit of an injury scare right now. I think it's his spine or his back or something. He seems to be playing. He seems to be okay. But anytime I hear the word Stafford and injury in the same sentence, I get a little scared because we know that guy's injury prone. As good as he is, he's also injury prone. And if that guy misses time, the Rams could be screwed because who even is there?
Jimmy G.
Bennett's their backup.
No, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Yeah. Okay. Well, not much better. Kyron Williams, really good. People seem to overrate or underrate him a little bit. I think he's definitely a top 10 running back unless I'm missing somebody. I like Puka Nacua, of course. Devontae Adams, not sure how that's going to work out. I don't know if he's going to show any regression or age, but I like it as a wide receiver too. Higbee, solid tight end. Their defense seems to be good usually. But the Stafford thing scares me, and they're playing in a tough division to where the Rams are known to start off slow, and I think that could hurt them a little bit this year. But we'll see. And I have the Niners finishing in first. I have them going 11-6, but listen, I am very skeptical. The Niners have already shown lots of injuries. I get all these tweets. The Niners signed a wide receiver, and I feel like a week later he gets hurt, and it's a never-ending cycle. They get wide receivers, and they all get hurt. Brandon Ayuk is starting the year hurt. I think he's missing the first 6 weeks or something. Jawan Jennings wants to get paid, and he's their wide receiver one. They have Kittle, who is just happy all the time, which is so rare to see over in San Fran. But speaking of injuries, Christian McCaffrey will be back, but you can never count on him to stay fully healthy. And now Brock Purdy is going to have his hands full because he has to play better. He can't just rely on his weapons anymore. They paid him to be a top quarterback, and he has to play like it. And I think he could. Purdy's a little better than people give him credit for, and they have Kyle Shanahan, which is always a good thing. So all that plus a very, very easy schedule, I think could factor into the Niners winning the division. But I'm not going to go all out and say like 13 wins, 12 wins like people normally do because I'm skeptical with the injuries, like I've said. So we will see. And this division, I'm out of words because it could really be any order, but that's what I have it. I'm just going to leave it at that and not go into thinking about it anymore. So,
Can I go
Yeah,
next?
I was gonna say Dante, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, everything you said is valid. In fourth place, I have the Arizona Cardinals going 7-10.
okay.
For me, I really have no reason to believe this team is going to improve drastically. Kyler, I don't know, man. It's getting to the point after he won that his rookie year, he's been fine, but he's never taken that really next step to be the upper echelon QB that he was drafted to be. I do agree, James Conner, underrated running back, absolutely. Marvin Harrison, I hope he takes that step because if they use him correctly, he was one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver prospect we've ever seen. Truthfully, people forget that. If they use him correctly and scheme him right, he could be top 5 receiver in the league potential. Um, Trey McBride at tight end. Love Trey McBride. Outstanding. He really caught my attention whenever he torched the Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky led Steelers 2 years ago and really broke out. And since then he's been nothing short of a top 5 tight end in the league. But defensively, I don't know, Buda Baker. Is that really your star player? Is that really it now? Um, and they have some other guys. Zaven Collins, I know he's fine. They drafted Demarcus Robinson last year, defensive tackle. He could be good. But other than that, yeah, I just don't see the Cardinals making a lot of noise. In third place, going 9-8, I have the San Francisco 49ers going 9-8. And it goes back to the reasoning that Adam said. This offense really doesn't look good, especially to start the year. Brandon Ayuk out, Juwan Jennings looking for a new contract. Ricky Pearsall, we all love him, but can he step into that big role?
Forgot about Ricky Pearsall. Yeah.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, healthy to start the year, but he had injury issues last year. A couple guys on their offensive line are injured. A lot of guys on their defense injured. Um, I'm not a big believer in Brock Purdy, and that which is insane to say because the guy's been to a Super Bowl and he does deserve his respect. But we've seen whenever his all-star lineup isn't out there, whenever he's not playing with the Monstars, they really don't. He's really not doesn't look too good. But it wouldn't surprise me if they go out and win this division. It really wouldn't, because the Niners are a team to where one year they look really good. They're similar to Michigan in college football. One year they look really good, the other year not so much, and they really alternate between that. And I think this could be one of their down years. In second place, I have the Seattle Seahawks going 10-7, and I really like the tandem with. I think JSN is going to take a big leap. I think Cooper Kupp coming in and being a 2 this time around and not having to be relied on as a 1, especially at his age, I think that'll be huge for him. I think he'll really embrace that role and be pretty solid. I like Charbonnet and I like Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker needs to show a little bit more though. He had last year was kind of a down year for him. Um, yeah, and then defensively, I like Devin Witherspoon a lot. I like who's there? Who's there? Tariq Woolen. I think he is a very well-sized corner. If that tandem can improve, I think they could be really nice. And they got who they get from the Cowboys. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, I'm drawing a blank today.
No, it's all right.
All
I'm
right.
just too.
Hold
I
on
can't.
1 second, because this is important to point out.
From the Cowboys?
Yeah, they got DeMarcus Lawrence. They got DeMarcus
Oh
Lawrence.
yeah.
They got him from the Cowboys. I think he could be a stud on that defensive line as he's been his entire career. I like the Seahawks, and I think Mike McDonald is going to take another step uh, in that head coaching role. And I know I said Darnold isn't going to do what he did last year, but like for any quarterback to throw 30 touchdowns, that's ridiculous. Allen didn't do it. Mahomes didn't do it. A lot of quarterbacks did not do that last year. And I don't know. I think he has the pieces around him to at least be a second place team and to at least be a 10-win team in this division. And then in first place, in my opinion, the best offense in this division, and I don't think it's relatively close, the LA Rams. I know we have Stafford injury concern, but it seems like every season we have Stafford injury concern going into the season, and he always makes it in and he always plays well. I love Devontae Adams. I love that addition. Get him with a veteran quarterback. Um, he struggled with Rodgers last year, but everybody on that Jets team struggled. Um, I like Puka. Obviously, Puka is going to be great. Higbee is going to be nice. And then Kyron Williams, one of the better running backs in the league. But it really, what doesn't get talked about enough is their defensive side of the ball. Braden Fisk and Jared Verse were both incredible rookies last year. Jared Verse is going to turn into a real leader on that defense this upcoming season. I really like what the Rams are doing on that side of the ball, and that's why I have them going 11-6.
Yeah, I think that it's a it's a hurdle for me. the 49ers have such an easy schedule.
That's
Like
that's fair.
I think they're at best the third best team in that division, but they might have the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of them. I think that there's quite a few things hanging in the balance. The Ayuk's health and the fact that he did not perform when he was healthy last year. Juwan Jennings' contract, CMC's health, Brock Purdy's just ability if things break down. The defensive age. I'm starting with them, but I'm not putting them in fourth. It pains me, but I am putting the Cardinals in fourth because I really do like the Cardinals, and I really do believe in Jonathan Gannon. But they're just a first half team at best right now. They didn't do what it would have taken to take the jump. Um, it's just not going to happen for them, and it's sad because I think that they're a team that would be exciting. They would be fresh blood in the playoffs. They would be somebody to actually challenge a couple of the staple wildcard teams in the NFC, and it would be I would be all there for that. But they just, if they were in the NFC East, maybe they finished third. If they were in the NFC South, maybe they finished first. But they're in the NFC. Uh, whatever. Why am I blanking? What division?
NFC West.
NFC West. Thank you. Like North, South, East. Yeah. So they're in fourth. I'm sorry. It pains me, and I'm going to put the 49ers third, even though that stresses me out as well because I already talked to them about them a little bit. The Seahawks, they're going to be good, I think. Sam Darnold, like you said, even if he doesn't have the kind of year he had last year, he's also never going to be awful again. And the Seahawks have one of the best home advantages in the league. They have a pretty easy schedule. Cooper Cup is a two is exciting. Um, I like their coaching. I think they'll be just fine. The Rams, I think, should win this division. Like you said, we always somehow have Stafford health concerns, but it always turns out to be okay. And we saw flashes of them being a fantastic team last year. Um, they beat the Bills in that thriller. I think you have a lot of reason to be excited if you're a Rams fan. This is the final push for their window because Matthew Stafford, this is the final push of his career.
Mhm.
If you need any more proof, just look at the fact that over the offseason, somebody asked him if he'd be interested in when football was part of the Olympics in 2 or 3 years, and he said, "Well, will they want me as a coach? Because that's all I'll be able to do at that point." So he knows that he's running out of time, and he already has a ring, but that team is exciting. They're not going anywhere. Meaning they're going to continue to compete. They're not going to fall off. I have a lot of faith in the Rams, especially after the offseason they had. The defense that they've already built, Jared Verse is going to be excellent again. You guys have touched on Kyron Williams. Obviously, I love Puka Nacua. I think he's a top five wide receiver in the league. So I don't know though, because this division could shake out anyway. Every single team has major question marks.
Yeah.
Um, is this finally the year the Cardinals can put it together? Is MHJ going to deliver for them? Is Brandon Ayuk going to perform while he's on the field? Are they going to pay Juwan Jennings? Is he going to be a valuable wide receiver too? Is CMC going to stay healthy? Does Brock Purdy perform when the lights are brightest? Is that defense going to age out? Is Sam Darnold going to be even a shell of what he was last year? Does Cooper Cup still have 1,000 yards in him? Is that division or is that defense even though it's young, improvement? Is it scrappy enough to still be a good, respectable Seattle defense? Is that coaching really as good as we think it might be? And for the Rams, is Stafford going to hold up? Is Devontae Adams going to have enough left in the tank to be a real contributor? Is their young and impressive but unproven defense going to take the leap? And it's a division to keep your eye on. And I think we all, through one team or another, through one division or another, either on this side of the league or the other side, there's going to be one place where we all look back, maybe together or separately, and say, "Wow, we really screwed that up." And it could be this division. It could be maybe the Browns go 17-0. Yeah, you just never know.
So remind me,
Or,
Luke.
or maybe not.
Guarantee
Or
that.
maybe not. Yeah, no, I know.
What's your order, Luke? Remind me. Rams,
Uh,
Seattle, San Fran, Arizona.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that does it for the divisional predictions. But like last episode, we got to pick season wild cards now. So, like last episode, 4 divisional winners, 1 through 4. Then out of the 12 teams that didn't win the division, 3 wild cards, 5, 6, 7. So, um, Do you guys have that ready? I have mine ready.
I could go first.
Go for it, Dante.
In the 1 seed, I have the Eagles going 13-4. In the 2 seed, I have the Detroit Lions going 12-5. In the 3 seed, I have the Los Angeles Rams going 11-6. And in the 4 seed, I have the Buccaneers going 10-7. In the 5th seed, going 11-6, I have the Washington Commanders. The 6th seed, I have the Chicago Bears going, what did I have them? 11-6 also.
You
And
did.
in the 7th seed, I have the Green Bay Packers going 10-7,
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to go, Adam.
which is insane because I have Adams NFC North Division winner not even making the playoffs, which is crazy.
Did you tell me to go, Luke? Okay. First seed, I have the Eagles. Second seed, I have the Vikings. Third seed, I had the Niners and the Bucks going 11-6. Because the Bucks have much less question marks, I'm gonna give the third seed to Tampa, and I'm gonna say the Niners get the 4, which I know is a little weird, but fifth seed, I have the Commanders. Sixth seed, I have the Lions. Seventh seed, I have the Rams. So, just missing out Seattle, Green Bay, Atlanta, Dallas, Arizona, and then so on.
Okay. First seed I have the Eagles. Second seed I have the Lions. Third seed I have the Rams. Fourth seed I have the Buccaneers. First wild card I have the Packers. Second wild card I have the Commies. Uh, Last in I have who was I thinking? The Falcons. Um, and yeah, just missing. I have Minnesota. I have um, Dallas. I have
Seattle.
Seattle. I thought about it for a second. I think they still will be second in our division. But how much of an improvement will they have over? They replaced DK with Cup. They replaced Gino with uh, Sam Darnold. I'm not so sure. Um, I think the problem with the NFC West for all of those teams is because they're all so decent, because all of their schedules are so easy. They could all be like 10-7.
Mhm.
They could all play spoiler to each other. So, yeah, I don't know. I A ton of potential to be wrong here. It's going to be an exciting year with a lot of different people in different places now. So
Yeah, I can't wait.
here we go, guys. Yeah, exciting stuff.
Couple weeks away.
All
Not
right.
even, not even
Yeah.
really. I mean,
Less than 2 weeks until season.
yeah. Wow.
We're back, guys. We're so back.
September 4th is going to be stacked. 23rd birthday, season opener for the NFL, State College Spikes in the Draft League Championship game.
Let's go, dude.
It's going to be a crazy day.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
And then I guess I will announce it because it pretty much is official, but the next day, September 5th, you have the option to either listen to whoever is calling the Chiefs and Chargers game in Brazil, or listen to yours truly, Adam Peterzak, call a State College high school football game. So,
Yes, bro.
the
I think
choice,
that choice is easy.
yeah.
Hey, State College is probably a safer town than Sao Paulo, so you know.
Yeah, it's probably
Uh,
close.
On a bar crawl day, who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the next time you'll hear from us will be when we are truly back. Week 1 predictions.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't
Coming
wait.
up.
Oh man, I'm so excited. So excited.
Almost time. The NFL is ever so close to being back.
Can't wait for us to clean sweep the Steelers over the Jets. Can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna hit. It's gonna go. I'm so excited for that too. I'm so excited to start picking against the Jets and the Dolphins and the Bills. I'm so excited.
Go, dude.
Drake May MVP year is here.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Mike
Panthers
Vrabel coaching the
Jaguars
year.
too.
Aaron
Panthers
Rodgers, fifth
Jaguars.
MVP. I mean, you could basically put up your life savings for that one.
Yeah.
As I have already. I'm joking.
I already bet my tuition on a Panthers Super Bowl, so sorry, Mom. If we lose, I might have to drop out. So we'll see.
Trayvon Henderson Rookie of the Year. Keyshawn Beauty Offensive Player of the Year. It's going to happen.
Where does Javon Baker fall into that?
Back in his wheelchair. I don't know.
Give Cole Strange captain.
No.
All right. That about does it for us. Stay tuned for little before September 4th,
wherever you get your podcasts.
wherever
If
you
I
get
haven't screwed that up by now, which it's a coin flip, but
Yeah.
hopefully we're on your path. Hopefully we're on your platform.
We'll be fine.
If you're still listening to us on Apple Music, I hope we made your road trip enjoyable or we helped you hit your PR. So,
Yes, bro.
all right.
Bench PR while listening to WG would go crazy.
Who else, dude?
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
so motivated for your Lions prediction. I got it.
Hitting 230 while me saying the Bears are going to go 11-6. I mean, who else? Like,
The last push I need to get the bar off my chest is Adam putting the Vikings in first.
yeah, outstanding.
All right.
No way an Ohio State fan is not higher JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. Anyway,
We are your hosts, Adam.
Dante.
And wait.
And we'll see y'all soon. Peace out.